moving up, repeating Corelli. Number 10, a late scratching. And we're just about set. On a beautiful day at Warwick Farm for the first of 8. Glorious Note stood well, so too Butterfly Kisses. Hands Off was a bit fidgety. Double Dale Mary's rider back in the saddle. Gold Pulse and Chelsea Town Vertex stood up nicely and they're all set. Should catch them this time. Gates open, jumped in a good line. Chelsea Town out wide away very quickly. Glorious Note was showing speed. Amar with the gold cap is going fast. Not too far away on settling as Butterfly Kisses, and Pagora is going up on the inside. Then came Glorious Note. Double Dale Mary starting to improve. Fashion File wide from Chelsea Town Select Edition. Vertex, 3 lengths to Hands Off and 3 lengths to Coma Lane. 800 metres out. Amar travels on the lead. Led 2 lengths on second Chelsea Town, or Gold Pulse it is rushing up to be second now. A length away, Butterfly Kisses. Pagora the inside. Double Dale Mary 3 out. A length further back, Glorious Note. The inside Select Edition. Fashion File, Gold Cap going up wide. 2 lengths to Vertex, Chelsea Town, Hands Off and a Coma Lane. Coming to the bend, Amar the front runner. Pagora's navigated a course off the fence and is about the challenge. Double Dale Mary, the purple cap wide. Then came Butterfly Kisses and Fashion File to the outside as they straighten up for home. Amar in front. Double Dale Mary out in the centre. Pagora still there in the centre of the pair. And then 2 lengths away to Butterfly Kisses. Select Edition the inside. Double Dale Mary the outsides hit the lead from Pagora. Pagora's kicking again. Double Dale Mary just in front in the drive to the line and wins. Double Dale Mary's won from Pagora. Hands Off a good run third. Amar was next from Butterfly Kisses. Fashion File, Vertex, Glorious Note. Select Edition, a Coma Lane well back. Chelsea Town and Gold Pulse and the late scratching of Corelli at the barrier on Vet's Advice at 12.15.
All right, they're getting set at Maryborough. Double Dale Mary, $12, $3.20. Pagora, $1.50. Hands Off, $6.40. At Eagle Farm, race 1's due in 3. They're on the track. And Stony Grove, $5.75. $5.15, Destiny of Man. Go down to number 10, Prime for Victory at $5.40 as they score up at Maryborough. And then $9.60, She's the Party. $7.35 for Baroness. And go down to number 18, Okrator at $17, and they're heading to the barrier stores. In fact, they're just arriving there now. This is the Neville Fatty Wilson 2-year-old trot. Race 1 at Maryborough.
And Kojak, the favourite, down towards the inside, began well. Our Dane Rack and Skylight Jimmy away fast. William was looking for the lead early, and Simply Roses staying out wide about midfield as they run down to the bottom turn. Umagoa dropped out to be last. William cut the field off and led 2 lengths now. Condi's Fear is working wide out with the red cap to go to second. Our Dane Rack is a length away third, 1 to Skylight Jimmy. 1 Spiritual Healing, Happy Chief outside it. Kojak has caught 3 wide there. Then 2 lengths further back, Simply Roses outside Umagoa. William the leader, 900 to go, about to come off the back straight. Condi's Fair is a length and a half away second. Our Dane Rack third, and the next Skylight Jimmy. A length and a half, Kojak is still 3 wide. Happy Chief the centre. Spiritual Healing 3/4 away down on the rail, and then Simply Roses and Umagoa's last of all. 700 to run down the side they come. William the leader about a half length on Condi's Fair. Our Dane Rack third on the inside. Skylight Jimmy is next, and going forward is Kojak. He's been wide all the way, but he gets up to third placing on the outside. Happy Chief is hard ridden, so too is Simply Roses. Umagoa next to last, starting its run, and Spiritual Healing dropped out. William the leader. Our Dane Rack is coming after it. They get away a little. They've sprinted about 2 or 3 lengths clear. Spiritual Healing comes again on the inside, followed by Skylight Jimmy. Kojak is struggling, and then Umagoa. William in front. Our Dane Rack coming after it on the outside, and then Skylight Jimmy. It's now Our Dane Rack moving up to William to take the lead. Spiritual Healing and Skylight Jimmy the outsider closing out. Dane Rack, Skylight Jimmy coming at him. Skylight Jimmy going home the better. Give it to him a nose over Our Dane Rack. I think Skylight Jimmy from Our Dane Rack in a photo with William third. They're trailed in then by Spiritual Healing, who didn't have a great deal of luck, and then Happy Chief, followed by Kojak wide all the way. Next to Umagoa, and at the back of the field here was Simply Roses in company with Condi's Fair. Judges call for a photo. Our Dane Rack's taken the lead at the top of the straight, but Skylight Jimmy has continued to respond and has got the photo. Number 4 gets it. Skylight Jimmy, ridden by Eddie Casser, has gone home the best.
Hospital had a right leg injury, and the horse that he was aboard, the last I saw it, was heading out on the Hume Highway, Chelsea Town. Now the gates open. They've jumped in a fair line. Fast to go was Crown Duo, Fly By Night, and Craigmore going quickly, and the grey's going to pounce on the lead and roll to the front from Crown Duo. Very wide out, Captain Cesar. Romancer fourth. Back on the inside is Bridal Mistress and Fly By Night pushing up in the centre. So Romancer's now back third, last three deep from Zayu Sabre and Tharina whip them in. Inside the 1,200 metres mark, there's not a great deal of speed on. Captain Cesar's on the outside of Carragmore. 2 lengths away in third position is Crown Duo, and he's wanting to pull against Moses at the moment. Back on the inside, Bridal Mistress, Fly By Night. Romancer deep on the track. Zayu Sabre second last inside Tharina. Down the side, short of 1,000 to go, and Captain Cesar now found a clear lead. Stroke clear to lead by just over a length on Crown Duo. Back on the inside, Carragmore. He was leading about 400 metres ago, but he's now snookered inside of Romancer moving up. A length to Fly By Night. Then came Bridal Mistress, Tharina about to move forward. And 2 lengths away, Zayu Sabre. 600 from the judge. And the leader is Captain Cesar. Crown Duo is sneaking closer. He's a neck away. Romancer's covered ground, comes 3 deep, putting in its run. Carragmore back the inside from Fly By Night, Tharina, Bridal Mistress, Zayu Sabre as they turn the bend. Crown Duo given a bit more leather, slipped up on the outside and he's hit the lead. Romancer a length away, getting into the clear. Fly By Night and Tharina starting to rip down the centre. Crown Duo established a 2-length lead at the 200 metres mark. Fly By Night and Tharina the outside, trying hard from Zayu Sabre. Moses riding hard and Crown Duo's going strongly. Tharina starting to run on the outside, but Crown Duo in front. The informed Waterhouse and Moses combination home again. Second, Tharina, Fly By Night third. Then came Carragmore, Zayu Sabre, Romancer, Bridal Mistress and Captain Cesar along last. Kev Moses and Gai Waterhouse can do no wrong. I'll tell you what, if you'd been backing their horses that they've had at the start of the autumn carnival.
Come back to you soon, getting set very quickly. In fact, they're already at Moonee Valley. Bella Tool, the hot favourite, Greg Miles.
Racing, and Bella Tilden, the grey near the outside, jumped okay. She'll steady and ease back. Emporio away quickly, so is Miss Danehill over near the outside. Crazy goes forward. Bypass holds the rail, and on her outside is Hiawatha Princess. Turning out of the straight, Bella Tildenese right back to second last with Miss Magical behind her, but there's good pace on because Miss Danehill, the filly's working up to go to the lead over Bypass as they go out to the 1,600. Hiawatha Princess right there third, and a length and a half Emporio caught very wide. Aberdeen Rose between horses and Olderage on the fence, and one further back in the field is Crazy with Bella Tilden over on the rails, and then Cap the Moon and Miss Magical last of all. Miss Danehill leads the field out towards the turn at the 1,200 metres. Hiawatha Princess is second and happy to race a little wide. Bypass on the rails a half length away. Emporio's been 3 deep. Aberdeen Rose between horses. Olderage is on the fence. Then 2 lengths further back, Crazy. Bella Tilden ahead away on the inside. 2 lengths Cap the Moon and a length and a half Miss Magical. Down the back and Miss Danehill the leader. 1,000 to run. A length and a quarter Hiawatha Princess. 1 Bypass. 3/4 Emporio, who's got in a little closer now. 1 further back is Olderage and Neck Aberdeen Rose, and 2 Bella Tilden on the rails worse than midfield. Crazy is around her. Next to last is Cap the Moon, and Miss Magical given a slap on the rump is last of all as they make the turn at the 700. And Miss Danehill sails along in front, a length and a half. Hiawatha Princess, 2 Emporio. Aberdeen Rose making ground the outside, and then Bypass. A length to Bella Tilden, who's got up to be about 6. She's travelling well and going for a run between horses, which will take her close to the leading horses. Crazy starts a run wide. Miss Danehill led Hiawatha Princess. Bella Tilden's in the clear in plenty of time and is chasing down the leader as they came to the home corner. Miss Danehill leads by 2. Bella Tilden Murphy's pulled the whip, and Miss Danehill sails around the home turn 2 lengths in front. The favourite will have to really chase down hard. Miss Danehill with a nice lead over Bella Tilden. Hiawatha Princess is third, but Miss Danehill, they're not going to get near this filly. She's too clear and pulling away, and Miss Danehill goes on to win well by 2.5 lengths to Bella Tilden. Well, she had every chance. Hiawatha Princess third, and then Bypass, Crazy. Behind those, Cap the Moon and Olderage with a gap. Miss Magical, Emporio and Aberdeen Rose last. Well, she's, with the blinkers off, raced along in front her first time over a bit of ground, and she's been too good. Number 2, Miss Danehill. Bella Tilden wasn't able to make up
early for speed and away fast Diet Days, and as they go to the 1400, joined on the outside by Classic Danzig, back on the inside Dolphin Miss and then Gatton. Wider out was Brompton Road from Bold Endeavour picking up ground. A length and a half Nobel Prize, Lord of the Manor, and the last pair of Salazar racing outside of Elegant Lover, and they've almost joined up with the other one, Lord of the Manor, as they move onto the side now. Diet Days leads by a length and a quarter Classic Danzig as they go to the 1,000. In third position then came Dolphin Miss on the inside of Brompton Road. Gatton is close handy. 2.5 to Bold Endeavour. 2.5 further back, Lord of the Manor. Over on the inside of those, or as one goes around them now, Nobel Prize. Lord of the Manor back to third last. Elegant Lover and Salazar together at the tail, but it's Diet Days showing the way. Diet Days for Shane Dye comes down the side, races towards the 650 by length to Classic Danzig. Dolphin Misses pumping through on the inside from Gatton. Brompton Road is wider out. Classic Danzig's under the whip, and they were followed by Bold Endeavour, who's travelled up all right. Further back, Lord of the Manor, Nobel Prize. Then came Elegant Lover, and forget about Salazar on the turn for home. Nobel Prize has gone very deep, and the leader with Shane Dye easing about 4 away from the rail was Diet Days. From then Gatton, Classic Danzig's gone. Wider out in the track, Bold Endeavour the favourite putting in, and Lord of the Manor's made a bit of an effort too near the inside. It's Diet Days and Bold Endeavour. Further back, Gatton and Lord of the Manor. It's Diet Days hanging on. Bold Endeavour's got to it now. Then Lord of the Manor getting to third. Diet Days and Bold Endeavour. Diet Days, Bold Endeavour. Diet Days a nose maybe to Bold Endeavour, and they're right down the outside rail. Back in the middle, 4 lengths away, Lord of the Manor, an improved third. Then Gatton followed further back by Elegant Lover, Salazar. Dolphin Miss Brompton Road, Classic Danzig has beaten one in, and that was Nobel Prize.
Deep out is going forward, and so too is the Wanderer with the widest and hardest position to take up, looking for the lead. He'll lead the way from Carton's Ragnar. Young Winston quickly goes up on the inside, the grey. They were followed making ground around them by Open House. Back the inside, Security, Bally Cash, then Shannon Star. They were followed by Springwood in company with Natara Gold. 2 lengths Frank Sonata. Buena Vista's third last. 3 lengths Rossini Star and 4 lengths to Nick's Magic. It's young Winston on the inside. The leaders were walking, so he was able to go through at the 700 metres mark and share the lead. On the outside, the Wanderers with him. A length away in third position, Cartons. Moving up quickly on the outside, Bally Cash. Ragnar under pressure. Shannon Star the fence. Natara Gold in the pinkish colours coming wide from Security. Buena Vista's out very wide. They were followed by Springwood. Then came Open House, Frank Sonata. Then came near the tail, Rossini Star and Nick's Magic. Young Winston on the inside, just the leader. 3 out, Bally Cash, the Wanderer the centre. Cartons a length away. Security to the outside, and Buena Vista right down the centre. He's unleashing a tremendous burst on the outside. Buena Vista's after Bally Cash, who pounced on the lead. At the 150, Bally Cash in front. Buena Vista, Quinn throwing the whip at him in the left hand. Bally Cash in front. Buena Vista gains the upper hand near home. Good performance this. Buena Vista too good for Bally Cash. Shannon Star third from Ragnar, Frank Sonata. They were followed by Natara Gold. Further back, the Wanderer in company there with Springwood, Rossini Star. Young Winston dropped out sharply with Nick's Magic, Security, Cartons, and Open House was last home. Well, good performance by that horse, Buena Vista. Leaders didn't go hard, and he had a real task in front of him. And Quinn got him to the outside. Bally Cash had hit the lead, but he's finished most generously on the outside to get up and score. 420 and 190. Tony Brazel on inside running this morning was exceptionally keen on this horse, beautifully bred by...
Lights are flashing. They're set. Arabian Magic favourite drawn wide. Off they go. Ocean Fast a little slow, also Prospero. Silver Seraphim flew the gates from the outside and is one of the early leaders. Henty Lane, Lady Camelot, Contracts pushing up on the inside are prominent, and Arabian Magic settles just behind them in 5th placing. Silver Seraphim working hard from an outside gate to cross over. Can't muster the pace at the moment. He's going to be stuck out there 3 wide as Henty Lane in the middle and also Contracts on the fence push up. 3 or 4 lengths Lady Camelot, a half a length away as Arabian Magic the outside, 2 Ocean Fast. 1 Sir Volk about a length and a half away as Choose the Blues, and 2 to Prospero. He's not racing well at the back of the field. By the school now, Henty Lane in the middle, Silver Seraphim 3 wide. A Neck Contracts back on the rail. Arabian Magic is working into it 4th on the outside of Lady Camelot, and then Ocean Fast and Sir Volk on the rails. As they came to the turn, Contracts gets up on the inside and puts the head in front. The grey Arabian Magic running on, and Henty Lane still there in the middle. Sir Volk is coming into it well, and Ocean Fast is starting to come home on the outside on the green cap. Arabian Magic takes the lead. Ocean Fast after it. Contracts and Sir Volk on the inside. Arabian Magic in front of Ocean Fast on the outside. Who's coming home the better? Arabian Magic, Ocean Fast. This is pretty close between them. Ocean Fast or Arabian Magic. Sir Volk close up third, and then came Contracts over on the inside, and Prospero has really worked to the line strongly at the end of it. Then Henty Lane, who worked hard before weakening, as did Silver Seraphim. Lady Camelot Choose the Blues last of all. Ocean Fast has come home the better. Has she got there, though? That's the query at the moment. Arabian Magic, beautifully ridden by Nashra Willer, had taken the lead halfway down the running. But Ocean Fast has got her in one, number 2. Number 2, Ocean Fast, the winner, ridden by Eddie Wilkinson. Second, number 1, Arabian Magic, Nashra Willer, caught right on the post, although that angle probably doesn't show so. Third placing going to number 4, Sir Volkhurst, worked home well on the inside. And what about the run of Prospero? Tony Brassell's tip. He's still got a lot to learn, and he's come down the straight virtually on one rein. That's him in the blinkers behind these leading 4. But he's made up an enormous amount of ground. He was going like a crab at the school, but he's ended up getting beaten about 2 lengths. Ocean Fast getting there by a breath on the outside. This is a pretty handy filly who's had her problems. She bled back in May. She's now had 3 runs since then, and she's won 2 in a row, progressing from a Geelong maiden victory at her last start.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks, Greg. Ocean Fast just getting there in the last bound over Arabian Magic, 7:10.230. That's a double to Eddie Wilkinson. He rode the previous winner, Miss Danehill. So Ocean Fast getting there just in the last bound. There it is, 2:14. Morphettville race number 2. Waits right, all clear at the Meadows. Waits right by the Weight Equal Farm. Laban, 4.10. Ben Lewin, $8.10. Power's Hope, 13. Artful Dame, 8.70. Night Sky, 8.30. Northgate, 29.18 for Black Boomba. Christopher Mack, $7. Katusha, 16.29. Mr. Burrows.
Three back the rail is Sonne Lumiere. In the running line is Living Angel around Christy Lee. Then Blushing, 6 metres Calypso.
Primrose Penny drawn the inside. Tycoon Joy is next to her. They're off now, and Primrose Penny began a lot better than Tycoon Joy, who settles at the end. Awe Inspiring dropped out towards the back as well. As they settle down, Frilly Millie is going up now to arrest the lead. CC's is tracking extremely wide, but is up with the leading horses when they run to the bottom turn at the 1200, and Ideal Option is prominent as well. So into the 1200 turn they go. CC's runs to the lead, out by about 1.5 lengths here. Primrose Penny on the inside of a line of 3. Frilly Millie and Ideal Option outside her. About 2 lengths away, Tycoon Joy, the rail from Gin Sling, and there followed then about a 1/2 length away, Josie Velez, 1.5 lengths to Mystic Lass. Then came a fair way back as Our Natural over on the inside. Back behind her on the outside is Scenic Island, and last of all, Awe Inspiring. At the turn at the 800 metres, CC's 1.5 lengths. Ideal Option is second. Wonder Primrose Penny third the inside. A neck Frilly Millie. Gin Sling goes up 3 deep. Then came Mystic Lass, pulled out very wide to start a run with a white cap, and then Tycoon Joy, followed by going forward there between horses is Josie Velez, and Scenic Island is starting a run from the back of the field. Awe Inspiring is back second last, and Our Natural's 10 behind them and is going hopelessly. Mystic Lass has come with a run 4 wide now with Gin Sling. Ideal Option down on the inside is still there. Primrose Penny is hammering away on the rails, and Tycoon Joy just behind them is travelling well but can't get a crack at them. Primrose Penny's got right through on the inside to lead into the straight. Scenic Island coming wide from Mystic Lass and Gin Sling, then Tycoon Joy. Primrose Penny the leader. Scenic Island out wide is coming home hard, but Primrose Penny in front. She's holding on, Primrose Penny. Primrose Penny beats Scenic Island and Tycoon Joy. Well, she was pretty unlucky. She was held up for a while. Mystic Lass, Gin Slinger next, and they were trailed by CC's and then Josie Velez. Back behind her, Awe Inspiring. Frilly Millie dropped out, and Ideal Option has finished a bad last. Primrose Penny, number 3. Well, that just might be exemplifying the fact that we do have this softish track. Here's Our Natural just walking past the line. She has been pulled up in the run, and well, she was going terribly, 10 lengths off the second last horse, so she has failed to complete the course, number 2. Something
then to Lover's Lookout. 1.25 lengths Al Clays, a half over on the outside of those was Manatsky. 1 length to Delbra. They were followed further back by Miss Maluka racing on the outside of Sudden Appeal, and about 2 lengths away last of all is Vermont. As they move along the far side of the course now, De Jure took over and leads out by about 2.5. 2 in second position, Keep on Top. 1.5 away, travelling nicely third under a hold at the moment, Duck Soup. About a length and a half to 2 away Empire Day, about a length away to Catani Improving, then Satanic, and they were followed by over on the inside running Next Smooth Fella. There's another one on its outside, Appealing News, followed further back by Action Packed, and then came Lover's Lookout from Manatsky at the 1,000. Then Al Clays and Sudden Appeal, Miss Maluka, followed by Delbra, and Vermont is a long last and probably about 10 lengths off the leader. As they go to the 800 down the side, De Jure leads from Keep On Top. Duck Supers are next on the outside. There's another one sneaking after them, moving up deep there. It's just obscured for the moment. It's Catani, in fact, and they were followed then by Empire Day from Satanic, and then came on the outside Appealing News. Duck Soup's immediately under pressure, passing the 600. Lover's Lookout runs on. Al Clays to the outside's getting a go on, and they were followed by Smooth Fella. Further back the Delbra, Manatsky, then Action Pack struggling from Vermont, taking a shortcut. Miss Maluka and Sudden Appeal. De Jure is still the leader as they turn for home. Racing only about 4 off the lead, off the rail, and it leads by a couple. Second placing Keep On Top. Satanic hard-ridden runners on fairly. Then came Empire Day still there. De Jure is starting to get a little bit short-steppy, and with 150 to go, it's still the leader by a length and a half. It wants to wobble about a bit, De Jure. The others are struggling to get to it. It's still De Jure in front, and De Jure wins it. De Jure by a length and a quarter. Second, Keep On Top. Third is tight. Al Clays out wide. Satanic's between them, and over on the inside, Empire Day. Deeper still to Smooth Fella, who's definitely missed out. Then came Miss Maluka, Action Pack, Vermont, followed by Duck Soup, Lover's Lookout. They were followed further back behind those then by Sudden Appeal. Wider out to Delbra. Second last in was Appealing News. Manatsky's beaten a few in, and Catani, well, obviously just hasn't handled the day and has knocked up to be last of all.
Open, Subtle out wide and Moon away quickly. Cheeky Spy hit the ground running. It's going to contest the lead with Moon, who leads it just on settling, but Cheeky Spy now heads it. Subtle is third on the outside. Mrs. Geiger the fence. They were followed by Pity. Starting to make ground far away, Hartal's Alibi, and 2 lengths away, Palmyra. It's the grey Cheeky Spy in front of Moon. Subtle 3 out moving up. Mrs. Geiger the box seat, and she's going right up on the fence. She's about to join the 2 leaders. A length away behind those, Al's Alibi, far away. Heart, then came Losing Ground Pity, and last of all is Palmyra. Mrs. Geiger, by virtue of the rail, went through to lead with Cheeky Spy the grey. Moon Black Cap 3 out, Subtle 4 out. Al's Alibi behind them, running on as they turn. Cheeky Spy the leader from Mrs. Geiger. Moon under pressure chasing. Subtle the outside, letting down with a fair run. Cheeky Spy under the bat. She still leads from Mrs. Geiger. Subtle a length away, and Al's Alibi running on. Cheeky Spy digging deep. She's finding plenty under extreme pressure. Mrs. Geiger lunging the fence. Cheeky's in front, hangs on and wins. Cheeky Spy, a gutsy performance to win from Mrs. Geiger. Subtle was third, far away Heart from the back from Al's Alibi. They were followed by Moon, Palmyra and Pity with the tail enders. Late scratching of Shigeru Magic Romp. Cheeky Spy, the winner of the race. Very glad to see the horse win. Raced by a couple of very good buddies of mine, Chris Key.
Set to go now. Brett Preble drawn 1 on Classic Day. They're off. He's jumped pretty well. Northern Poet missed it about a length, but Classic Day hunts through and leads. Just Sterling and Game Lad. Ricochet Star has moved up to 4th with the pink sleeves, and a length and a half Casino Bid. They're followed by Zakynthos Girl going through on the inside of Italian Affair and Pearl Prince, and a couple of lengths then to Lord Tyson. And Northern Poet's last of all. Classic Day led at the turn at the 800. Drew a length in front. Just Sterling second. Game Lad is third the outside. Ricochet Star travelling 4th and wide. 2 lengths Casino Bid, Zakynthos Girl the rail. Then Pearl Prince around the outside of Italian Affair and Northern Poet, and 2 to Lord Tyson. Classic Day at the school controlled the race, led by a neck to Just Sterling and Game Lad. Ricochet Star 4th the outside, and then Casino Bid, Pearl Prince. Zakynthos Girl working home fairly on the rail, and then Northern Poet is held up and second last coming for home. These 2 kick away. Classic Day on the inside and Just Sterling. They lead 3. Zakynthos Girl is getting into the clear, and then Ricochet Star. Classic Day, Just Sterling on the outside. They're the leaders from Zakynthos Girl and Northern Poet. Here in the straight, Just Sterling has taken the lead. He's drawn a length in front. Classic Day can't go on. Zakynthos Girl after Just Sterling. Just Sterling, Zakynthos Girl lunged and got there. I give it a Zakynthos Girl just over Just Sterling. Northern Poet coming home strongly. Not sure whether it's grabbed third from Classic Day. Not much between the pair. They were clear then of Casino Bid, Pearl Prince, and then Italian Affair with a long break to Game Lad. Ricochet Star tired badly, and last all the way was Lord Tyson.
Zakynthos Girl 670, 280, 280 Just Sterling, a photo for third. Super Tab may be okay, but I'm not sure, but that's those dividends.
So Potomax Boy, widely drawn, stood well. Norm's Bridle stood up well. And the gates open. Bend the Metal near the inside, fast out. Mr. Prudent missed it by a length, and he's a clear last on settling down. Silver Waves the grey. Torelli jumps smartly. And Monzon's going up. Not far away, Jewel of Atlantis, and Go Gallic in about 6th. Precious Henry next. Potomax Boy, deep blue cap moving forward. Tread the boards, 4th, 5th last the fence. Stablemate Wings of Song, the outside from Norm's Bridle. Two-sack Flyer. And Mr. Prudent went out to the tail of the field. Short of 1,200 metres to go. Potomax Boy at the top of the track leads the way. He's a length in front now. Back on the inside in second position, Monzon, who's now being shaded by Torelli, and Go Gallic 4th. Silver Waves 5th. Bend the Metal inside, Jewel of Atlantis. A length, Precious Henry. Tread the boards, Wings of Song, Norm's Daughter. Mr. Prudent second last on the outside of Sack Flyer. He's awkwardly positioned back last of all. At the 750 metres mark, and Potomax Boy on the paint, led by a long neck. On the outside, Torelli second from Go Gallic. Monzon the box seat. Then Silver Waves, Jewel of Atlantis wide. Here comes Wings of Song, scooting around the outside. Mr. Prudent deep, Bend the Metal in front of him. Precious Henry well backward, Tread the boards, Two-sack Flyer and Norm's Bridle. Coming towards the bend, Potomax Boy the front runner. Just in front of Torelli, and Go Gallic coming out 3 wide. Mons on the back of the speed. He needs a run. Wings of Song with the blue cap deep running on in the stretch. Torelli's hit the lead from Potomax Boy. The grey Silver Waves is out. Wings of Song the outside from Go Gallic, and Mons on. Well in the straight, they're across the track. Wings of Song on the outside's moved up and hit the lead now from Silver Waves. Silver Waves comes back at Wings of Song. Wings of Song just in front on the outside. He's finishing best. Wings of Songs goes home to win from second. Silver Waves, not sure third. Two-sack Flyer out wide. Monzon back to the fence. Tread the boards from Potomax Boy. They were followed by Mr. Prudent. Further back in the field would have been Torelli pulling up quickly past the line from Jewel of Atlantis, Precious Henry. They were followed by Norm's Bridle, and last of all, Go Gallic. 13, Wings of Song for Lenny Beasley, and Gay Waterhouse to give Gay a winning double at $23.50 and $8.20. A horse who has been screaming out to be back up on top of the ground, and he's been too good. His stablemate in the race, Tread the Boards, was much more fancied, and Dead Set was very, very unlucky. He got out late and is absolutely
of 1997. Brew's one and only win. He's drawn 3 and they're off, and he jumped fairly down towards the inside next to Palisade. Amazon Lad, Magic Pursuer and Triumph are away fast from outside barriers, and they're going to dice for the lead in front of Golden Condor pushing up on the rails, and then the grey Carptonite and Stout is wide. Brew with the red cap is 4th last. No Mystery dropped out last. Now they hit to the turnout of the straight. Golden Condor through on the rails, just the leader. Triumph goes up on the outside, will sit second, and then Amazon Lad easing back to 3rd. Carptonite is caught wide. Magic Pursuer over on the rails in 5th, placing 2 to Stout, who's trying to get in somewhere, still out wide. Brew goes through on the rails, and Ilmoge between horses. 2 lengths to Palisade and a length and a half to No Mystery. Carptonite takes the lead, running to the turn at the 1,200 metres. Has been good pressure on all the way, and the big grey takes the lead into the back straight, and he opened up immediately 3 lengths. Carptonite clear by 4 lengths now from Golden Condor. Triumph is 2.5 away, 3rd outside Magic Pursuer. Stout is having a very hard run 3 wide. Amazon Lad between horses, and Brew on the fence. 1 to Ilmoge, Palisade and No Mystery is last of all. There's plenty of speed, and it's set now by Carptonite at the turn at the 800 metres. He's set up about 5 or 6 lengths now. Triumph, Golden Condor out wide, and Magic Pursuer are sharing 2nd and 3rd placings. In behind them is Brew, who's had a beautiful run, followed by Amazon Lad. Stout, No Mystery peels to the outside, and then Palisade and Ilmoge hard-ridden as last. Carptonite at the school leads by 3. The leads come back. Golden Condor is hard-ridden on the outside, so is Magic Pursuer, followed by Triumph, and Brew is starting to work home pretty well in the red cap. He's about to get the 2nd, and then Amazon Lad and No Mystery is next as they near the turn, where it's Carptonite being tackled by Magic Pursuer, and Brew are starting to close on the 2 leaders, and they're clear then of Golden Condor and Amazon Lad round the turn. Magic Pursuer takes the lead from Carptonite. Brew is called on. Oh, he ducked in behind Magic Pursuer. Magic Pursuer a length and a quarter. Brew trying to straighten up but won't do so. Magic Pursuer holds on. Magic Pursuer beat Brew a long neck, a length and a half. Carptonite 3rd, then Ilmoge, who worked home again, followed by Golden Condor, No Mystery and Amazon Lad. Behind them Palisade. They were trailed then by Stout, who had a very hard run, and Triumph dropped out to last. He's racing well, this horse. Number 9, Magic Pursuer, ridden by Brett Preble. That's his first city win since coming back from that.
Very astute stable, though. They're racing now, and Caravase, one of the best to fly from the machine. Slow to begin, Opera Symbol, and also Metal Ice. Away fast was Amber Gaze. She's scooting through on the rail. She'll be the leader now, and Amber Gaze takes up the running at the end of a couple of hundred. From second, Caravase, Jazzy Joe, and over on the inside was Dancing Rosette. Palawan's nicely positioned about fifth. They were followed then by Sarah Blue Babylard. Over on the inside, Dynamic Lady at the 800 from Dominique Charm, My Billie Jean, and further back Metal Ice, and last of all now is Opera Symbol and ridden along. Amber Gaze with a wing on every hoof is flying down to the 600-metre turn by 4. Second placing Dancing Rosette. Third Jazzy Joe. Caravase fourth. Sarah Blue runs on with Ballard. Over on the inside, Palawan's not travelling. Further back, Dynamic Lady, Dominique Charm, and then came back behind those Metal Ice. And last for home was Opera Symbol. Amber Gaze by 4 into the straight. Dancing Rosette's hugging the inside. Goes to a clear second. Jazzy Joe now under pressure. Baballard's making a bit of ground out wide. Palawan's got out into the middle and started to run on. But Amber Gaze, the leader. Dancing Rosette on the insides, running the race of its life. It's down on the rail, but Amber Gaze in front. Dancing Rosette is coming after it. Amber Gaze has gone. Dancing Rosette shot through on the inside, and up against the inside, basically. Dancing Rosette has blown punters away here. Amber Gaze second. Third, I'm not sure about. Palawan's there with wide out, or on the inside of it, Dynamic Lady, and down on the rail, My Billie Jean. And they were followed further up by Opera Symbol, Babylard. Yeah, there is a question mark about the NASA pause in rain-affected ground. Further back then came Dominique Charm. Jazzy Joe was there with Metal Ice. Further back, Sarah Blue. And last in was Caravase.
Talk about a blowout for punters there, Papsy. You're right there. Dancing Rosette. At 6.50, and then down to number 7, Optimistic, at 7.28. 10 Awesome Rule, and 8.90 Straits Code. Here's Greg.
The outside in red and white stripes. All in and racing now. Don't Say Goodbye at fairly. Bung Lung and the pink missed at 2 or 3 lengths. Garnier began fast, is heading towards the front. Showing pace, Straits Code, Seymour's Edge. Awesome Rule, Jump Well from the inside, easing back a little. Hot Taste dropped out to last. At the first turn at the 1,200 metres, Straits Code led Seymour's Edge. Garnier's caught out wide. 1 Awesome Rule fourth, and then Don't Say Goodbye. That pushes up and keeps Garnier deep, even though it eased back looking for somewhere. 2 lengths to Bung Lung, who's improved now after a slow beginning to be middle of the field. 1.5 lengths Simulation Optimistic. Bundalagua is second last and wide, and last of all is Hot Taste. Straits Code led at the 800. 2 lengths Seymour's Edge. 1 Awesome Rule. Then Don't Say Goodbye. Still Garnier's trapped out. 1 Bung Lung going up about 4 wide now, and then Simulation Optimistic, Bundalagua, and Hot Taste as last of all. About 8 lengths covered them. They've been going quickly. Straits Code the leader. 600 out, 1/2 Seymour's Edge. 1.5 lengths Awesome Rule the rail. Don't Say Goodbye around it. Bung Lung has had no luck. Bundalagua deeper, then Simulation, and they're followed then by Optimistic. Back to the tail end of the field is Hot Taste, and something amiss with Garnier. It's dropped out to be last of all and will be eased out of the race. Seymour's Edge moved up to have a crack at the lead now and pokes the nose in front of Straits Code, who can kick back on the inside. Awesome Rule responding to hard riding is starting to come home well on the outside, and then Simulation and Bundalagua. Seymour's Edge tackled by Awesome Rule, who's coming home the better. Awesome Rule drew a length in front of Seymour's Edge, Simulation, and Awesome Rule draws away. Awesome Rule wins it well. Either, yes, Simulation will grab second from Seymour's Edge. They were clear then of Bundalagua, Optimistic, Hot Taste, and then came Straits Code. A long break to Don't Say Goodbye. Bung Lung is second last, and Garnier about 12 lengths off the second last horse, just walked over the line.
Awesome Rule. Nash Ruler 810 230. Big dividend for Simulation 760. Seymour's Edge 370. Oaks.
She hasn't quite gone in. Now she does. They're set for the Roseland Oaks. Group 1, 2,500 metres. And away they go. You Know When was a little slow out with Grand Archway, and they seemed to brush shortly afterwards. Lady Sobel's rider took hold and jumped across to the inside. And now we've got Toy Carousel in the centre. Over on the inside, Granada Miss, and 3 wide Grand Archway making a line of 3, forging out of the straight. Episode charges up behind those and wants to get on with it. Over on the outside, Miss Charmer. Back on the inside of her was Ras Bright here. They were followed by You Know When. Back to second last now as they start to sort themselves out was Lady Solve. Solville, and the outsider of the field narrowly is 2 lengths away as they head to the far side. And the leader going along quite evenly at the moment. Granada Miss by about a length. The Grand Archway second as they go over the crossing from Episode, Toy Carousel, Ras Bright here. Then over on the outside was Miss Charmer, and they were followed by You Know When outside of Lady Solville, and 2 lengths away to Nerily. The leader still going along fairly evenly at the moment. Granada Miss as they go to the 1600 metre mark into the far side, and she leads by 2 lengths. 2 in second placing Grand Archway. A length and a quarter away third Episode held together, followed 3/4 the outside by Toy Carousel. 2.5 away Miss Charmer joins Ras Bright here as they go to the 1400, clear of You Know When, Lady Solville and Nerily. In that order they move along the far side of the course in the Roseland Oaks of 99, and the leader still is Granada Miss by about a length and a quarter now. In second position going to the 1200 metre turn was Grand Archway, getting closer. Third lady over on the inside was Episode, and then a neck away the outside Toy Carousel. From 2 lengths away then Miss Charmer outside of Ras Bright here. Nerily from the rear has moved up to be third last. Lady Solville is equal last now with You Know When, and they bunch up at the 1000 down the side, where the leader now clicks up again. Granada Miss a length in front of Grand Archway. Episode goes up on the inside, looks to be going all right. 1.5 away Toy Carousel. They were followed by Nerily improving around Ras Bright, and they've quickened. In fact, Miss Charmer's gone up ahead of Nerily. Further back on the inside, Lady Solville, and in the centre, You Know When, and there's only about 4 lengths first to last around the turn now, with 600 to go, where it's Episode getting a run up on the inside. Granada Miss has run her race. Grand Archway's right there with them, and so is Toy Carousel from Ras Bright here. You Know When floundered at that point and dropped back to second last, but around the turn for home, and Episode went to the lead. There's one down. Miss Charmer slipped and fell, and the leader was Episode. Episode, now the fallen horse has got to her feet, but she's sore behind. They run to the 200 metre mark, and the leader Episode. Grand Archway tries hard. Ras Bright is getting to third with Toy Carousel on the outside. Episode, the leader from Grand Archway. Ras Bright holds third, and then Toy Carousel, but Episode, she's won all 3. A brilliant performance by this filly. No fluke about any of them. Episode wins from Grand Archway. Third, Ras Bright, fourth, Toy Carousel, then You Know When, followed by Lady Solville narrowly. The early leader, Granada Miss, was a long way back behind them, and this other filly, Miss Charmer, looked to be properly behind, but she has got up and she's chasing them down the straight, and we'll get a report on the rider of Miss Charmer, Darren Gouchy, as soon as possible. He's conscious, he's got his knees up, and he's talking to the ambulance officials.
Boaster from Bantana Boy on the bend, and the front runner is Triple Storm from Gratification. Speakers Bureau, Quick Strike, Regal Zero to the outside in the blue. Sanjani wide out in the straight. Triple Storm the leader. Quick Strike on the outside. Gratification the centre. Getting up on the inside is Boaster pelting home the rail. They're across the track. Boaster's after Triple Storm and Speakers Bureau. Speakers Bureau hit the lead on the outside. Speakers Bureau does best and falls in. Speakers Bureau from Triple Storm and Regal Zero. Boaster back to the fence from Gratification, Precious Few. Sanjani, they were followed by Expertise, then Golden Comet, Quick Strike, Ford Scout, Dayton. They were followed well out of its ground, Bantana Boy and Butkus last home.
It's a low angle. 12 into photos. Speakers Bureau, 772.60, 430 Triple Storm. It's a photo for third. We'll have that in a moment. Races coming thick and fast here. Gold Coast, King Amerigo, 23
miles at Moonee Valley.
Set to go. Thank you, Simon. They're ready to run in the last of the afternoon. And they're off now. Famous Folly began fast on the inside with Austria, and Wake Up Susie was away quickly. The Bartered Bride began fast, and Flirty Bird from the outside is heading towards the leaders. Perforate Ease is back to one of the tail enders, and Danish Habit is last. In the charge to the turn at the 1200 metres, Step to Reason goes through in the middle and takes up the running from Flirty Bird. Mazir showing pace third outside Wake Up Susie. About 2 lengths to the Bartered Bride. Austria on her inside, and then Perfect Lady a length away. They're followed by Angel of Darkness around Famous Folly. Second last is Perforate, and Danish Habit last when they went past 1,000. And Quick Fractions being set by Step to Reason. A little over a length to Flirty Bird, 2 lengths to Wake Up Susie. A neck Mazir. Perfect Lady coming into it wide around the outside at the 800 turn. Followed by Austria over on the inside of the Bartered Bride. A length Angel of Darkness, Famous Folly. Perforate is next to last, and a length to Danish Habit. About 10 lengths covered the field down the side. Step to Reason nears the 600, a length on on Flirty Bird. Wake Up Susie the inside, and Mazir is outside her. Then Perfect Lady, followed by the Bartered Bride going forward. Austria's under the whip. She's going backwards at this stage. Danish Habit pulls to the outside, and then Famous Folly getting through near the inside as they came to the home corner. Perforate next to last. At the bend, Step to Reason headed by Flirty Bird. Wake Up Susie getting into the clear. The Bartered Bride is coming around them with a big run, and Danish Habit is still winding up. Flirty Bird the leader. Wake Up Susie and the Bartered Bride coming after her, followed by Danish Habit and Famous Folly. Flirty Bird, Wake Up Susie coming at her. It's Flirty Bird, Wake Up Susie. Wake Up Susie going home the better on the outside. Oh, nothing in this. Flirty Bird kicks, and Wake Up Susie. Little between them. Famous Folly, the rail will be third, I'd say, from the Bartered Bride, and then Austria. They're followed by Danish Habit, Perforate. Next to finish was Mazir, a gap to Angel of Darkness, Perfect Lady, and Step to Reason, the early leader, is last to finish. Photo here. This is a pretty close one. Flirty Bird.
Payment and Tannis going up near the inside. Gala Jazz around them. 600 out coming around the turn. They were followed by Paris Day. Then further back in the field, Dumpy. Followed wider out around those then. Going up very deep was La Finale. And then further back in the field came Rompers and Smee again. King's Equity a length in front. Rulable comes after it as they race down towards the 200. 2 lengths away, Smithy's Lad. And they were followed by Tannis. And then out wider was a Sheik, but it's still King's Equity inside the 200. He's a length and a half in front. He's going okay for the moment. Dumpy late down the outside, but it's all King's Equity. King's Equity, he's getting a bit tight close to home. Tannis is flying through on the inside. King's Equity, Tannis, I don't know. Gee, this is very tight. Tannis got right up on the inside of King's Equity. There's nothing in it. Smithy's Ladder's there with Rulable. Dumpy's right down the outside. Very difficult to line them up. Amma's Son followed further back then by a Sheik, and then came Triarch. Wider out La Finale, Paris Day, Gala Jazz, Me Again Rompers, Delayed Payment, and one of the last ones in was She Spectacular.
The line up now.